Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Living Well Now Intro to Business Call. My name's Aaron Lahman, and excited to be here tonight sharing with you a little bit about the Young Living business opportunity. I'm a part of the Living Well Now leadership team. Over the last 7.5 years, have been growing a business alongside my wife, Sarah, and we hit the rank of gold about 3 years ago, have been gold over this last few years. And just a quick little glimpse at my story as to what kind of intrigued me and invited me into this Young Living business journey. Uh, Here it is. I was teaching high school math. I taught in Peoria, Arizona, or in Glendale, Arizona, in the Peoria School District. Loved it. I did not love teaching math, but I loved teaching high school students. Okay, so um, I loved the teaching high school students piece, but every day I had to talk about math. And yes, I was good at math. Yes, I was a decent teacher at math, but I kept even though my principal tried her best to give me leadership classes and communications classes and student government classes, I still had to teach math. And every semester that I had to teach math was just not enjoyable. And I finally was just like, I cannot do this anymore. I don't want to go back and teach math. I cannot do this for the next 20 years. It's not for me. And so, perhaps those of you who are watching this live or on a replay through YouTube, maybe you have a job, a job situation where you're like, I don't want to do this for the next 17 years or the next 8 years. What if I could work smart in this side hustle Young Living world and create an income that I wouldn't have to keep doing that math job, right? I also had a frozen salary for 4 of the 5 years, which also was a bit depressing because I was getting better. I was getting so much better. Like year one, Aaron Lahman teaching math versus year 4 or 5, I was so much better, and I still saw the same paycheck every month. So that also did not feel good to me. This Young Living reality invites me to what's my goal? And where do I want to go? Do I want to grow a $10,000 a month business? Okay, then you can do that. It takes time, it takes work, but I could do that. So, whereas I didn't know, who knows where I would be, what I would be earning right now if I had stuck with the math gig. But that's how it got started. I obviously had three powerful people in my life: my mom, my sister-in-law, my sister, Deborah, Ange, and Andrea, who also were already growing Young Living businesses. They had really had already been diving in really hardcore for a couple years, teaching people about the products, teaching people about Young Living. And so that was also a light bulb of like, whoa, these three are doing it. They're growing awesome teams. They get to talk about wellness with people. I want to talk about wellness with people, not math, right? Not math. And I want to have potential income earning to be unlimited versus a frozen salary. So that's my story. Thanks for listening. And thanks for being here tonight or on YouTube if you're watching this recording. All right. So, lifestyle one, this is what most of us here, at least in the United States, were sold. We're told growing up, right? Go to school, maybe till 18, then you go get your job. Or maybe you go to college, maybe you go to a trade school, maybe you go to grad school. But most people are done with school by 22. And some people choose to extend it longer. And then you get a job and you work hard. And it's this just grind and work hard from 25 to 65. That's what you do. That's just like the path, right? And then once you retire, I mean, I remember hearing a friend back in my 20s when I had just started teaching. He was a fellow teacher, and he said, I was like, hey, so are you loving your job? He's like, well, I'm counting down to retirement. I only have 17 years left. And I was like, okay, that's not necessarily the life that I want to choose for myself, is like looking forward to retirement. What if I want to enjoy my 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. I don't want to wait till 65. So again, this was lifestyle one. Lifestyle two, this involves the young living reality, right? Again, I did school, I did college, I even did a little bit of grad school, I did massage therapy school. I was teaching, I was doing massages, I was substitute teaching, I was teaching yoga, right? Working hard. And then the light bulbs went off when I think I was about 32, 31, 32, 33 was kind of when it started to like become like clear to me that I wanted to talk about body, mind, spirit wellness. I wanted to talk about plants and essential oils and natural lifestyle, and wanted to support people on that path. And so then I was like, all right, let's focus. And one of the network marketing gurus that a lot of us in the Living Well Now community are passionate about is Eric Worre. And Eric Worre says, it's not, nothing is overnight. Nothing in entrepreneurship is overnight. Anybody who's telling you that overnight you're going to be turning your 5 hours into $5,000. Like, it takes time to be successful in network marketing, just like it takes time to be successful in anything, right? So working smart, he says, between 4 to 7 years, like if you're working your job and you focus for 4 to 7 years, work smart on this young living thing, work smart. And like Katie said, those of you who caught the kids and oils class before this, she was saying, she still has been, she still works a corporate job and just found windows to commit to her young living business, and has grown a gold business. So work smart, then start to enjoy life on your own terms, and design your life, right? Rather than waiting for retirement. So wellness and beauty is anticipated to be $1 trillion industry by 2025. Young Living has many solutions in this arena, which is very exciting, right? So Young Living has natural wellness with essential oils. We've got Young Living's got oil infused supplements and nutrition products, natural household cleaning products, a Savvy Minerals makeup line, a CBD line, products formulated for kids, babies, and animals. So lots of wellness and beauty products and essential oils to be a part of that industry growth. Young Living also promises us the quality is from seed to seal. So from the time that the seed is planted to the time that the bottle is sealed, we know that cultivation, distillation, that there's testing, that we know that we're getting a beyond organic goodness into our homes via oils, via products. We have the seed to seal promise that Young Living is passionately focused on day in and day out. Young Living began back in 1994. Gary and Mary Young founded it, and Mary still remains at the helm. She's the CEO of Young Living. Gary passed on a few years ago, but really, in my understanding and what I've learned is that Gary was such a huge player in bringing essential oils back onto into the conversation on a larger scale, especially here in the United States. But Young Living, as we'll see here, is an international company. So over the last 25 years, growth. You can see this growth curve, and this is key, right? When you're thinking about an entrepreneurship opportunity, you want to see that you're joining a company that's about growth, that has shown growth over the years. Young Living has members in 25 countries and growing, and they've got facilities all over the world. So Sarah and I, when we were living in Europe a few years ago, we were able to order products and oils from Amsterdam, and they were shipped to our Airbnb in Sweden. We also were able to order oils in Australia when we were there 7 years ago. So this is a beautiful thing of being a part of Young Living. It's not just a United States thing. It is an international venture and experience. You can grow your business around the world. I know for me, that's exciting, perhaps for you as well. Young Living has over 2 million customers around the world. Young Living does $2 billion a year in sales, which is a big deal. It's a big deal. Yeah, and they've done that the last 3 or 4 years, has eclipsed the $2 billion a year mark, which is, yeah, just amazing to be a part of that. And I know so many of us, Richard Bliss Brooke, those of you who are watching this on YouTube on the recording or with me tonight, Richard Bliss Brooke is a guy. Eric Worre and Richard Bliss Brooke are a couple guys that you're going to want to study. You're going to want to read if you have Young Living business goals. Richard Bliss Brooke says, hey, how are we going to be the ones that help Young Living become a 20 million customer, right? From 2 million to 20 million. How do we turn Young Living from $2 billion a year into $20 billion a year? People are pouring money into Amazon and into Target and into Walmart and into different other stores. What if they could get better products from Young Living? And they can, right? So how can we be a part of growing this community over this next 5, 10, 30 years? I know my plan is to do this for a very long time. Young Living is passionate about getting oils in every home on the planet, really passionate about enhancing and empowering lives around the world by sharing the unique benefits of nature's living energy, essential oils. We are committed to creating culture of inclusion, respect, trust, and transparency by embracing diversity and individuality. We extend this culture to our global community. And also, again, I'm not going to read all of this, but I love this last piece. We take our stewardship of the earth and its people seriously. We lead by example in developing sustainable farms, protecting the environment, and strengthening vulnerable communities, which is so wonderful. And this is, again, the reasons, right? It's the check boxes for me. It's what, like, if I'm going to grow a business somewhere with a company, are they checking the boxes? And for me, Young Living checks the boxes, all of my boxes. So once you fall in love with the products, recommending them to others is as simple as 1, 2, 3. So here it is. You get your oils, you get your products, you dive in. You start to gather stories. You then share your stories, right? You use that CBD muscle rub post after your workouts, right? You start using that CBD muscle rub and you're like, this CBD is next level, right? And so you start to tell your story. You start to share about the products, the oils, the Young Living Ningxia Red product, any of the products that you're having stories with, you start to share those stories. And you invite people to just take a look, right? So you get your product and oil stories. You invite people to take a look. Maybe you invite them to a Wednesday Living Well Now workshop. Maybe you invite them to a little workshop you're doing. Maybe you invite them to have a one-on-one call where you can just kind of teach them about what you're learning as you get to know different product lines that Young Living offers. Then your really big focus is about listening and honoring people. So checking in, like, how can I be supportive of this person, and like meet their needs, right? If they have a business curiosity, right? How can we meet their needs in that realm? If it's wellness, how can we meet their needs in the wellness world? Ideally, it's both and, right? It's wellness and business, and we can support people in both of those worlds, but it's about really honoring people where they're at. So why network marketing? There's many reasons. Low startup costs, tax benefits, choose who you work with, travel opportunities, be your own boss, no inventory, ability to leverage time, ... For me, 3 of these that jump out at me, being my own boss was huge, right? I didn't get too pumped. If I'm honest, I didn't get too pumped about showing up at 6:40 and staying until 2:40. I did not like being on somebody else's clock, right? It didn't resonate with my soul. My soul wanted to be like, hey, you know what? Like the other day, I'm over here in New York visiting my in-laws. The other day, I woke up at 5:50. I got on and I started doing work at 6 a.m. And I just rocked out a couple hours of work. And then I went and played and hung out with my wife and my in-laws, right? Being my own boss allows me to have this sort of flexibility, right? As I mentioned earlier, being the rank of gold, Sarah and I were like, oh, hey, let's maybe we could work from Europe. Let's try that. So we went and like lived in Europe, rented out our house and lived abroad. And I couldn't do that if I was teaching math in Arizona and, had a boss, right? So being my own boss was a big motivator for me. Um, Number two, why network marketing for, within the young living realm, we don't carry any inventory as individual business leaders, as individual brand partners. I don't have a lot of oil. I don't have starter kits that I need to sell every month. I get to educate people about products. As people get excited about changing their lives and wellness, right? I then just help them order the products that they need to change and support their wellness, right? I don't have to stock my shelf, right? Young Living takes care of that, which I absolutely love. And then the third piece, again, I could go on and on about why network marketing makes sense to me, but the third piece would be the personal growth and the professional growth. I've found that through the Young Living world, through the GoPro network marketing world, which is Eric Worre's kind of zone, through the Living Well Now team, and through other like leadership opportunities that I've had over the last 7-8 years of growing our Young Living business, the personal growth and the professional growth that are required to be successful are incredibly important to, I think, going to that next level. When I was teaching high school, I thought, oh, I kind of figured it out. I got, and this last 7 years, I've realized that I have fear. I'm afraid of being rejected. I'm afraid of all of these things. And it's like the personal growth that's required to be successful in network marketing is amazing, because you have to develop an entrepreneurial mind. And very few of us were raised in the entrepreneurial world. Most of us were raised in the 9 to 5, Monday through Friday world. Very few of us were raised in the entrepreneur world. So it takes a lot of personal growth, professional growth to really develop that mindset to be successful on this journey. And what I'm saying is, by choosing that, it will change your life for the better. So how does this business work? How do I get paid? How much money can I make? What do I have to do to get paid? And how do I start? Start small. You focus on gathering a few customers and getting your products for free. So literally just like having your stories, teaching people, hosting workshops, meeting up one-on-one, and helping people start to find solutions for their health needs, for their family's needs, right? And so they start ordering products regularly on Essential Rewards, on the Subscribe to Save program. And you then start seeing a commission check come from Young Living. If you want to go a step further, right? If you don't want to just cover the product, your own personal product, and you want to grow a bigger business, you will inspire others to gather their own customers, right? So those 4 people that you helped are then helping 4 people each, right? So it's not just you teaching, it's not just you doing one-on-ones, it's not just you passionately inviting people to, oils classes, Ning Shared classes, business classes, but now you've got other teammates also doing that. And you create a really powerful sales team where it's, a lot of you are getting pumped about sharing Young Living with the world. Your commission checks, of course, then grow, right? And again, all about your personal goals. Keep on going, right? Inspiring others to inspire others and build as big of a team as you want in 25 countries. So that expansion, right, is exponential as you start to see different leaders pop up around the country, around the world, and you then see this amazing web of oily teams growing around you. So, for example, you plus those first 4, they're ordering every month, they're loving the products, they're also sharing the products and growing their own business. So there's 16 more. Those 16 people are also ordering monthly, and they're sharing, there's 64 more. So you have 84 repeat customers. Let's say they're all ordering 125 on average of product a month. So you're at about $10,500 a month in sales, and you earn about 7% on those sales, or about 700 a month. So, and this is typically executive closing in on silver, if not silver, sort of Young Living paycheck. Again, Young Living's income disclosure statement. You can take a look at that. Hop on Young Living's website and learn more about this. You can check out average annual incomes, and again, identify what's your goal, right? If you're, watching this live tonight or on YouTube at another time, what's your personal goal? Where do you want to go? Do you want to pay for your product every month? Do you want to see 500 a month so you can pay for your product and put away some money? Maybe you have bigger goals. Maybe you want to see 2,000 a month, or 5,000 a month, or 25,000 a month. Again, it's about your personal goals and where you want to go with this. So can I really make a living doing this? This is a lot of information to process, and here are some of the questions that will help you decide. What if you happen to try the products, okay? What if you dove into the products, and what if you happen to find them as extraordinary as I did? I mean, I can get on to the Young Living website, set up my subscribe to save, my Essential Rewards monthly wellness box order, and I get pumped. Like, whether it's Ningxia Red that I'm ordering 1 month or 2 months, every month. If it's supplements that I'm diving into, if it's, I need a CBD muscle rub, if I need a refill on my essential oil staples that I use consistently, for perfumes, for colognes, for cleaning, for air freshening, the list goes on, right? So you get excited. You find them to be as extraordinary as I did. Would you then recommend them? Would you teach others about them? What if others then fell in love with them like you did? And then as you shared, what if Young Living then starts sending you a referral income every single month? And what if that referral income kept growing? And what if you were a part of a team with a proven track record that's providing workshops, that's providing trainings, that's providing support to you as you grow your Young Living business? And that honestly is what we are seeking to do as a Living Well Now team. I know myself, my sister-in-law, my mom, and so many other Living Well Now leaders are passionate about how can we as health and business coaches be a part of growing this Young Living community, be a part of growing this preventative and proactive wellness community. And the key is duplication through education. And that's really where success happens, right? So we have a lot of resources. My sister-in-law and sister, and my mom, and the whole Living Well Now team has created really incredible resources. So if you're launching now or soon, you're not having to reinvent the wheel, right? You really have access to incredible resources to help you launch, to inviting scripts, to educational scripts, to our Living Well Now workshops that happen every Wednesday that you can invite to, and the list goes on, right? So definitely exciting. One, choosing Young Living is huge. Two, in my opinion, being a part of the Living Well Now team also is a huge gift. So again, as I said, the personal development, the personal mindset, the personal growth work, the professional growth, like learning the skills of network marketing. This is just like anything, right? If I wanted to get a grad school degree in religious studies, which I started a grad school program but dropped out. If I really wanted to do that, I would commit to learning, right? I would read the books. I would write the papers. I would teach do the presentations. The same goes with this reality, right? So with the network marketing world, ask the person who invited you to watch this call, hey, what are the books I need to read? What are the podcasts I need to listen to? Who are the gurus? Who are the people on Instagram that I need to follow and learn from, right? So the 4-Year Career, you want to get your hands on that book. It's a Richard Bliss book. The Game Plan book by Sarah Harnish is another great one. And you also want to be a part of and join our Living Well Now training program. It's the Thousandaire System for Success. And currently we're in the midst of the summer hustle. And coming in the fall will be the Thousandaire Revolution. And then again, next spring, the Business Boot Camp. So again, we're really seeking to provide you the skills and tools to grow your successful young living business. So again, if you are watching this and you haven't ever started your young living journey, check in with the person who invited you to listen in, and you want to make sure you create your young living account. Dive in and set up your monthly order. Get on that subscribe to save, that Essential Rewards monthly wellness box order, and start to gather your stories. Get to know the products, get to know the oils, find out what products work best for you, and just dive in. You also then want to announce your new business by asking people to take a look. It's not a pressure situation, right? It's literally just making sure people know, hey, I'm doing this thing. I'm very excited. Kid, would you like to learn more about what I'm doing? Would you like to learn about these products? If not, no big deal, but I am very excited about these products. I am very excited about this business, and I think that you might love them too. Would you be open? No? Okay, no worries. Can I check back in a few months? So again, you want to start inviting people to take a look. Do download the Living Well Now Steps for Success at livingwellnow.com/success. Start inviting your friends and family to upcoming events, some different upcoming Living Well Now events. Maybe your teammate who invited you to this has their own monthly schedule where they've got workshops available to you. Dive into those, invite people to those. And again, the beauty of being a part of Young Living is there's a lot of different ways to get started. So it's really about your personal wellness goals. If you want to transform the household products in your home, there's a starter bundle for that. The Thieves Starter Bundle is a game changer. You can get rid of so much synthetic, yucky stuff from your cupboards and replace it with the Thieves Starter products, all these different Thieves cleaning, the whole Thieves cleaning line. If you have young kids or grandkids around and you want to start with a little Oilers starter bundle, you can start there. CBD, Ningxia Red is all about immune system, antioxidant superfood juice. Anyway, beautiful options for you as you dive in and get started and start to develop your stories about these oils, about these products. That's where it all begins. And it's not about being an expert, right? It's not about, 6 months from now, then I'll be an expert at essential oils, or I'll be an expert at Thieves, or I'll be an expert at the CBD line. No. Find what's working for you. Find what you're passionate about and start teaching as you're learning, right? Teach, invite as you learn. You don't have to wait for 12 months down the road. So if you caught this live tonight, thanks for being here. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for hanging out. I am grateful you came. My name's Aaron Lahman. I'm part of the Living Well Now leadership team, and we are passionate about helping people transform their lives and start to say yes to preventative and proactive wellness. Young Living is passionate about that. We are passionate about that as Living Well Now. Is we want to help people find solutions and find ways to just, how can we level up in wellness, body, mind, spirit wellness? And also, how can we grow businesses simultaneously, right? How can we teach people? How can we invite people into this wellness journey? How can we also invite people into this business journey with us? And because it's legit, it's amazing, and it can be done. Like any entrepreneurial journey, the only cap on what you can achieve as far as success goes, the only cap is the cap you have for yourself. So if you have diamond goals, if you have silver goals, if you have help as many people as I possibly can goals, and you stay hungry and focused and commit to a long-term vision, you can definitely create the success that you choose and that you want and you desire. And a Robert Kiyosaki quote to close us off: change your focus from making money to serving more people. Serving more people makes the money come in. Anyway, thanks for being here tonight. Love y'all, and blessings to you on your journey. Be sure to reach out to the person who invited you to this call and get into the next steps, right? Dive into the next steps, dive into the hosting workshops, dive into the inviting to have conversations, one-on-one calls. Just don't hesitate and have a long-term vision commitment to really see what you can create. All right, adios.